Hello everybody, QC Runner for QC Runner Games, and I am back today with an episode of Zero City. Today we are going to talk a little bit more about Command Center 11, and I'm going to go do some railway station runs. It is the end of the railway station session, and sadly enough I'm actually pretty high up on the rankings, so I'm going to spend a little bit of time going through those, and we can get a good look at the efficient. I don't know how much easier the railway station is these days, and I can talk about why that is and how to make sure you keep that going, because it's going to be highly critical moving forward. So before that, there were a couple things that were pointed out by you guys that I forgot to mention in the last video. The most important one being, with this latest update, the prices of the food went down. I assume this is across all command centers. For me personally, at Command Center 10, it's a pretty significant. I don't have the numbers in front of me, but just for entering a war, it's cheaper. For doing your dailies, it's, you know, like over 100,000 cheaper. Doing your daily invasions, doing, I believe the arena fights as well have gone down. I don't fight arenas for food, I always use tickets, but I believe those are cheaper. So pretty much all across the board, it's cheaper. And that was one of the biggest challenges and complaints about this game, especially when there's an event going on, is managing your food. It's still going to be difficult, obviously, because there's a lot to do and a lot you can spend your money on, or your food on, but it is cheaper and it's easier. So that is one thing I did forget to mention. That is a very welcome change in the game for sure. So what have I been doing so far? I haven't been doing a lot because I need more resources. As you can see, my cash is out there. I'm not spending it now. I'm in the process of doing something I can afford here. So the enrichment workshop, I've been building those one at a time. So I have 2 done on my 3rd one. I don't have any workers that can do anything useful, so I'm not really producing much here. 206 per hour, and each of my fighters are doing 2 each. Once the next room finishes, it'll be the same thing. So my numbers are very low. There we go, 206 per hour. It'll go up a bit when I get this one going in 6 hours. Not really that critical. I'm up to 59,000 uranium right now, and that's just from, you know, stealing and fighting. And if you guys didn't notice, in your mail, I have, you know, loads of raids, because I'm doing lots of railway stations here. There is an award somewhere down there. I'm not going to go through all that, but I think it's 100,000. So everybody who upgraded to TR11, I believe that's when it happens, you get 100,000. I recommend not opening that until you need it, or until it's going to expire. I don't know if that's when it's got a 30-day timer on it. I'll have to make sure I check that out. Because if you leave this uranium up here, people are going to try to steal it. That's what I do. I know it's other people do as well. So I can't use it yet because I don't have my set workshop going, but I can start unlocking some of these. Forget what the term here is here. Attachments. I can start unlocking my attachments. So once I get 150,000, I'm going to start doing that on my level 100 fighter. So if you want to do that and hold on to it, fantastic. But just be aware, you're going to get a lot of it stolen. And there's not people carrying too much of it, and you only get to, there's a very small portion that's available for people to take anyway. But if you have a lot of it out there, and if you're running your trophies too high, you're going to get a lot of it stolen. So, I mean, this isn't a big number. Usually if I see somebody in several thousand, I'll do the attack if it's one that I can win. For 286, I probably wouldn't do that. There's one thing I can do. Like I said, I don't have the set workshop going. I could rush it. I could pay crypto coins for it, but I don't personally believe that's really worth it. Where is my work? There we go. So 10 million coins. So if I had to pay 2,300 cryptos to get that, and that's only to get the resources that I'm missing. That's not even to build it. It still has, you know, a day and a half to build. So, I'm going to hold off on that. I'm still trying to get some more, so I'll get that going as soon as I can. But the good news is I did get an offer once I got up to tier 11 to go ahead and spend a ridiculous amount of money to start buying some equipment. For those of you that don't know, excuse me, with most offers in this game, you get different rates based on how often you buy things. If you buy stuff all the time, you get offered the most, the highly priced items. I'm assuming this will be the same thing in Zero City Light as in Hustle Castle. But this specific offer that I have showing up right now for $99.99 US, it will go down. If I don't spend for a period of time, I don't know what it is, it might be a month, might be 2 months, I'll get this exact same offer for $49.99. And then if you go another month or something like that, you get the same offer for $19.99. So I bought that one a couple different times. I'm never going to pay that much for this. And this is brand new yet, so it's not, they're not probably going to have those offers yet, but just be aware that this deal will get better if that's something you're interested in buying. And it's actually a good deal for multiple reasons. Not the $100 one, but I think the there's another one for $9.99. I think that's just for the rings and amulets in Hustle Castle. the devices in this game. I think that's $9.99. But what this is saving you is this costs, to get this specific weapon and to get it at CC11, you're saving, I mean, this isn't going to be like an over-the-top event-specific weapon. It's not going to be an over-the-top arena-specific weapon, but what it gets you is a guaranteed item with guaranteed stats, and it saves you on, I'm going to use the wrong term here, but you need to, in Hustle Castle, you need to build the essences, and you take those essences to build your ancient, or your CC11 item. Sorry, I keep mixing up Hustle Castle here. But you need to have 10 to do a weapon. You need to have 10 of those, I'm going to call them essences because I forget what they're called in this game. 10 of those essences, plus you need to have 10 legendary shards to build those. And then you need to have one more to actually make the CC11 item weapon. So that's 11 legendary shards. And then for the soul, or the attachment, you need 7. So that's what, 17, 18... 19 legendary shards plus all those essences. And for those essences, you need a lot of the uraniums. All that's very expensive, takes a long time to get there. So if you're willing to spend the money, it's actually not such a bad buy. It's only going to give you 2 of the items you need for a complete set, but you get to save and you can, start focusing on other things. And then there will be a point at some point in the future, not right now. So here we have the option to buy this weapon. Like I said, it's not like an arena weapon or a fantastic event weapon, but I'm sure, because it came out in Hustle Castle just a month or 2 ago, you'll get the ability to transfer this one out. So right now we have this specific weapon. Say there's an event one that comes out that's that's the meta weapon that everybody's using. You can swap those out just for one legendary shard, and then I think it's like 100,000 uranium. So it's fairly cheap, and it tells you exactly what the stats are going to be too. You'll get the exact same percentages. So if this is like a level 75, or if it's a 75% of that range that you always get when you do that upgrade, the new one will be 75%. And you can actually work on improving that as well in the game. But that's going to be like 8 months, 6 to 8 months down the road. So that won't be here for a while yet. Anyway, I didn't intend for this to be a CC11 video, but I did want to spend a little bit of time going through these. I haven't spent much time looking at these sets yet because I don't have the set workshop going. There are some documents going around on my server right now. They're not done yet, and Kate and her clan are doing a lot of good jobs, doing a good job getting that together, and they're not necessarily intending that to be released, but it sounds like that might be something I can get my hands on, and I can talk about it here on the videos where we can compare these sets to what they're in Hustle Castle, so I can actually relate to what's going to be good, what's going to be good down the road, and what's really worth getting. So I'm kind of waiting for that to happen, waiting for me to get the set workshop going, and then I'll spend a lot more time talking about the specific sets, because right now I don't have the knowledge, and I don't have the way to get the knowledge other than relying on other people. So this is kind of what some of the weapons and the attachments are looking like. So as we talked about in Hustle Castle, the attachment just gives you extra added stats. So for a weapon that deals damage, it gives you more damage and more stun, and then more stun and more dodge, sorry. And then you also get an extra chip here, spot here on the bottom, which is nice. I'm not going to go through all these right now because, again, it's not going to, that wasn't really the purpose of this video. Hopefully that'll be coming soon. So let me go ahead into the railway station. I'm not going to spend much more time on that at the moment. There's an event coming. More than likely, there'll be some good stuff that's going to be related to CC11 with the event. If you are CC11, you get some uranium. You can get some of the quote-unquote essences again, because I forget what they're called, and those types of things. So that next event should be coming, I don't know, in a week or 2, I would expect. I haven't heard any details on it yet, but there is a lull right now where none of the games are running events, which is actually kind of nice. But I've been finding all my time has been spent in the railway station because they made it way easier. And in doing so, we only have to go 15 levels down instead of 20. And the competition, instead of facing like 120% for your 20th fight, you're fighting, I think, 105% for your 15th fight. So I was going to show you where I was, but, I'm just going to go ahead and start these battles while I'm talking. With premium going right now, I'm just going to be clicking on stuff here as I'm going. With premium going right now, you get, 2 free runs, and then you get 1 run for food, another one for a little bit more food, and then anything after that you have to pay crypto coins. So since this upgrade has come out, I've gotten 15 out of 15 every single time, and I've been averaging probably 5 per day, I guess, maybe 6. So I've actually paid a few cryptos to do that, and in doing so, it actually put me in the top 100, which it's not really anything you should ever go for unless I'm actually doing this so I can get not the dust, what do we call it in this game? I'm going to call it dust. Get the materials I can use so I can start getting more legendary chips that I will be adding to my devices, but I'm not going to do that yet because that costs a lot of gold, or cash, sorry, and all my cash is being spent on CC11 stuff. So right now I'm just hoarding it. It's easy to get. I'm going to take advantage of it and get it as much as I possibly can when I can. And then once I start leveling up, obviously that means the railway station is going to get more difficult. So I messed that up completely in Hustle Castle. I'm going to try not make the same mistake here. I just kind of started creating ancient in that game, obviously sets as much as quickly as possible, and I ended up having 8, 10, I think I have 12 different sets going right now, maybe it's 11, and that raises your power very significantly. So then it's with 6 fighters or 7 fighters, it's gonna be your 6 or 7 that you always bring into battle. So that raised my power really high, and I have a really hard time getting 15 out of 15 right now. So that is hopefully not going to be a mistake I make here. So as you can see, I'm just blasting through everything right now. I click on my my officer spell, which basically prevents archers from doing their thing. And as you guys know, my officer is extremely weak, but that does help. Helps my guys survive more. I have my tank up there doing increased health. I have a chemist in there doing restore. I have a chemist in there doing reanimation. And then right now I have 3 rangers in the back doing damage. And occasionally I swap out my third ranger, which is level 85. Not a very strong 85. And I put that one, I put in another either restore or reanimation. It's usually restore, actually. And with that, I've gotten 15 out of 15 every time. I don't even think I've had to watch a commercial yet. And then I usually use probably on average two of these guys. It's free spells here at the bottom. Again, I realize they're probably not called spells in this game, but you know what I'm talking about. So having premium, only 15 levels, fairly easy wins. You can blast through these now. So I blast through 4 of them pretty quickly, and I don't know, 10 to 15 minutes probably, which comes in pretty handy considering I don't have a lot of extra time these days. What I ended up doing, I wasn't paying enough attention here. What I ended up doing is on my mini account that I'm working, I don't have premium there, but I get through 3 of them on there fairly easily, and I get through at least, like I said, 4 of them on here without too much trouble. Oh man, I just lost my tank. This is always harder to do on, and I lost chemist there. This is always hard to do on the emulator because it runs a little bit slower. All right, so that was I just lost my restore, so I'm going to put another restore in, which is this one. And this is my 15th fight, so I had to use a spell on that one. I'll just use it right here just to make it easy since I can't monitor as closely as I'd like to. But there we go, 15 out of 15. Not bad. So I'm gonna do one more yet. I got one more to do for food. This was my 3rd run since everything reset. The 2 free ones are done. This was the first one for food. And I can at least see where I'm ranked. I'm gonna show you why it's not worth going for the rankings in the railway station after this load screen goes. All right, so let's go back to the railroad station. Sorry. So people up here grinding, I don't know, maybe they got some bots up there running, which is not supported in the game, obviously, but if you can grind through it easy without even trying, then you can do that, obviously, but you have a good chance of getting banned, so I don't recommend it. So there we go, 15th. 14,630, and I was thinking about trying to go for the top 10, so you get about 400 of these, whatever these guys are called, these railroad crossing guys, so you get about 400 of those each. I don't want to do that. I went to a previous one. Let's just go leaders. All right, there we go, so 400 each. So if I go 14,630 to get top 10, I would need to do 3,000. I could actually do that. It would basically be the rest of my night doing that. But we still have, 2.5 more hours to go. People are just gonna be sitting there and they're gonna be able to beat that without a doubt. They're gonna be able to get there. So it doesn't really seem worth it anyway, because look at this, for placing 11th through 50th, you get 350 crypto coins, which is nice, and 2,000 batteries. I spent way more than 350 crypto coins to get up to here. So, I mean, the first one was pretty, like I said, the 2 are free. One costs I'm getting confused between the two different games, but like 175,000 food. The fourth one cost 350,000 food. The fifth one costs 100 crypto coins, then 150 crypto coins, and 200 crypto coins, and it keeps going up, I'm sure. So very quickly, you can easily pay way more crypto coins than you're going to receive here. So I was thinking about going top 10, but all that's going to give me is 750 crypto coins. I'll be spending way more than 750 just to get in the top 10, and I might not hold on to it. And then the 4,000 batteries, sure, that's nice, but I already have 400,000. That just seems kind of silly to waste resources on that kind of stuff. So really the reason I'm doing this is, like I said, to get as many chests as possible. So that will help me create legendary chips later. All right, I'm going to do one more here. And then where are we at for time on the video here? We are 15 minutes in. Maybe I'll just wrap it there. Like I said, I expect there will be an event coming soon. People are still filling out the whole CC11 release, which is obviously huge. And then it's telling me I can add one more. I only have 11 people I'm taking in. I'm only having 8 people I'm bringing in. And really, I think the direction I'm going to go, it's going to depend on the materials I have. And obviously I don't do bunkers, and I need to do bunkers to get the materials as well to be able to craft the quote unquote ancient items that I need, that I keep forgetting the word. And I think what I'm going to start doing is taking this level 100 fighter, my ranger, and working on a set for the ranger so they can start doing more damage. And I think I mentioned in the last video, I'm not going to be sticking with my funky build anymore, where I had my 100 fighter and then a bunch of 85s. So I have 2 people training right now. They're up to 90. So I think this level 90, I'm taking about a day to go per, and I have a feeling once we get to 95 it'll be more. I don't remember exactly how long it's going to take, but within a week or two I should have 3 100s. And there is supposedly a new bracket, that 94 bracket that we talked about in other games that used to be here that went away. It sounds like it's back. So I'm going to be trying that bracket, and I think 3 times 100, 3 times 85 fighters will put me in that bracket. I'm going to test that out a bit and see what I can do with that. And the goal will be to keep my power as low as possible. My historic high right now is 2.122, I believe, million. And if I get 2 more level 100 fighters, I'm going to have to be careful not to raise that too high too quickly. Because if I do that, obviously, doing these railway stations are going to get significantly more difficult. I want to try to keep those on cruise control as much as possible. And I don't know if I mentioned it here or not, but I had the same thing in American Dad, where I actually had a team in the 94 bracket, and I started I'm still working my way up to a 6x100, and I basically have level 100 fighters in my squad with an 85 setup. So my power is slightly higher just because as your fighter levels, your power gets higher, and I'm trying to keep their power as low as possible. And I couldn't lower my power anymore, like I mentioned, with going to the greens or the blues as far as weapons and armors and things like, and devices. I couldn't lower it anymore, so I actually took a fighter out. So I have a 6-person barracks, but I only fight with 5. And when I'm doing PvP and those kinds of things, I only have 5. And then when I do the arena, you have to have 6. So then I bring in a cook or something like that, just a level 1 fighter that will automatically die right away, and they don't help me out, but they do take a spot they need to take. And another good thing about if you decide to do that fighter is going to die right away, as expected. And then if you can have a multi-purpose weapon that is specifically based on somebody dying right away, whether they poison somebody or whatever, you can immediately see a big use for having somebody dying right away. That is not going to be what my setup is going to be, but if that's something you're looking into, that might be something worth considering. So I have a feeling once I go up to the next level, I will be fighting with probably a 5-person squad, but we'll see. This is certainly harder on the emulator, but it's still fairly quick, which is nice. It's nice we don't have to go through slow loading screens. All right, so just for the sake of not getting myself into trouble, I'm just going to fire off a freeze spell no matter what. And yeah, they are still killing me. This is more difficulty than I usually see, but I can monitor a little bit closer when I'm doing it on my phone. So stop the damage, just do a free spell. There we go. Again, so I'll probably do possibly 1 or 2 more. I don't know. Like I said, there's no point, I guess, as far as I'm not going to make the top 10, and I don't change the resources I get until I follow top 50, which is not going to happen. So it'd just be kind of cool to say top 10. But I guess I'll have to leave it at top 20 or top 15. We'll see. I did that once in Hustle Castle too, and then I'll do that later. Fairly quickly after that, I ended up messing up my squad, so I couldn't get 15 out of 15 anymore. All right, let's see where we ended up here. Now, now you gotta start paying 100 crypto coins. And number 13, I think I was up to 12 or 13 was the highest I've been, so I can easily get to 11th without even thinking. But then go from 11th to 10th is a more significant jump. So, is what it is. Let's go ahead and take one quick look, because I don't know where I'm at as far as... What is that noise? I got some noise going in the background. I'm not sure what it is. Oh, I went too far, I guess. Lots of legendary items, which is nice. I am looking for... I don't know. It's not there. Must have been in the next one over. Let's just go this way. This would be an easier way. This is where we want to go. Chips. I just want to see how much of the material I have here. Upgrade. Just pick anything. Doesn't matter. I'll do this one so I can show you how much it costs to go to the next level. So I don't have a lot of I have a lot of non-legendary. What are we calling this? Let me tell you what this is. Components. Not dust, not glitter. We have components here. So 24 million cash to fully level a legendary. And if you want to do that twice, that's 48 million. And then you got to pay again to do the merge to get up to the next level. That is how ridiculously expensive it is to do this. And how ridiculously expensive it is to... I even had enough resources to do that. You burn through resources like crazy too. So that next level is the most efficient, but it is so expensive that it's not as efficient. So legendary is efficient enough for me. So that's where I will be staying. All right, I think I am going to leave it there. It was covered the things I wanted to cover, and hopefully by the time I do the next video, we'll have an event. Probably not, to be honest with you, because we have the giveaway video coming soon, and the new event hasn't been announced yet, so that's unlikely to happen. But I'll have this ready to go. Hopefully I'll be much closer to having enough resources to build my workshop. And I don't think it'll be fully built, but hopefully. And once that's built, I will go ahead and jump in and cover the different sets and give my opinion on what's good and what's not. I am far from an expert on that, but I can at least relate my Hustle Castle experience that I've had and say what will be useful in the future as well. 9 months down the road, there's a bunch of different sets that will be added, and some are really good and some are not so good. And there's going to be some premium sets that'll be coming, and Hustle Castle just like 2 weeks ago, did a major change where they changed the whole clan war. There's a whole clan system in the game now where there's a clan territories where you're fighting other clans, you're fighting bosses together as a clan, you're doing a bunch of different stuff together as a clan. And with that, there's 2 more sets I just released. So lots of things that I'm sure that will be coming in this game as well in several months. For the time being, we'll just enjoy the CC11, enjoy it, and get better and get stronger, and we'll be learning together. So that will do it for today. So until the next time, this has been QC Runner for QC Runner Games, and I will talk to you later. See you.